Thank you for listening to the Saturday Night Pregame Podcast. I got my buddy on the right with the ones and the twos. Chris McGraw. We got Pat Lynch.
I'm back
great.
for a third week in a row, Joe.
Woo, looking good, baby. Got Pat Lynch.
That's right. Suck it.
Looking great. Joe Keneally back on the podcast. We appreciate that.
He's making his monthly requirement here.
Yeah, we found him, baby. We found him.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know how this happened, but last week I couldn't get for whatever reason the clap didn't come in. Dude, when you don't do the clap to get the thing to sync up right, it's insane.
We don't get the clap, huh?
Don't get the clap. I knew Pat was thinking that because he was thinking about Tim Lemon and all the opportunities he missed
and the fun stuff he could have had.
All he had to do was butt stuff one time.
I wasn't going to go there.
Listen, we can't do it.
Yeah.
There's a guy asking. There's a comment from episode 240.
More Joe Keneally feet.
Did anybody look at episode 240 comment?
I was here. I was here. I saw the live version. I didn't need to see the replay.
That was
fair
good.
Fair point. If you want to, so I'm not even going to read the comment.
I'm going to go take a look.
Yeah.
Don't read it out loud.
Is it on the YouTubies?
Go check it out, episode 240, boys. I was like, oh god.
Is it on the YouTubies?
Oh yeah. Oh, you know why that is, Joe? Why you got that? Because Party Parrot has they just wrote these.
Yeah, I was
what percentage
is
is this beer, by the way?
4.5%.
Really? God, we're good.
45%.
We are bitches. Like, are we getting old? Is that what happens? You have you get old and you can't drink as much anymore?
We did walk a lot today.
We did walk a lot. I've never speed raced to a bar faster when Joe was like, "Hey, I'm here." I'm like, "Oh, I gotta go,
I'm
baby."
down. You said 242?
Episode 240, bud.
240.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're at episode 241. Thank you.
I don't like any of these things. People keep taking our names.
Who?
I got somebody that did Assault and Peppa, season 14, episode 13, featuring at S&P Podcast. Then I have somebody who does
Joe,
S&P Podcast episode
so
13
weird.
Hot Ones Challenge.
Don't even check it. We're not gonna read it. Go check out episode 240 if you want to read this comment.
240, right? Okay,
Yeah, it's asinine.
Got it.
Dude, we're not a piece of meat, ladies and gentlemen.
Only comment
Chris, how many views did we get last week?
Jacob, to have the balls.
62.
To have the
That's not bad.
balls.
Somebody's actually
I'm actually playing it.
Yeah.
To have the balls to be the only comment and just start and basically end with that one. You almost deserve it.
Yeah. We're not going to do it, but
I hope we secretly find this is just like one of the ladies fucking with us at some point. That'd be great.
I don't know, dude.
I was reading that and I was like,
the
did
sweet
Max?
hell is what?
I thought Max made a profile. Honestly, that is my original thought.
I can see that. That's a good call.
Swear
That's a
to
good call.
God.
The worst part is everybody went and watched, like family members were telling me that they're going to go watch this up because they wanted to hear the recap of the wedding. Not only were we swearing way too much between me and Chris, not Pat. Pat did a great job of trying to keep us together.
For once.
Then they get that comment, and I'm just like, this is not the podcast that I want people to see. Yeah. Oh, they did. They did a great job. And ladies and gentlemen,
could it have been because you mentioned the fact that Joe went shoeless in the podcast before that?
Probably,
100%.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
it.
Yeah, listen. They
Jake,
they want to see us
check
do
out
feet things.
239, you'd see me leaning back.
So you're saying that
we're
if we do an OnlyFans for feet, we might be okay.
We could make some money, maybe.
I'm willing to whore my feet out.
I was talking about becoming
Pass.
more independent financially.
I did, yes.
And I'll tell you what, I will sell my feet and my butt.
People only
all
want
right.
Joe, you cannot be saying things like
All
that.
right, I'm off the podcast.
People
Bye.
only want one of the two, Joe, and
Listen,
it's not the butt.
I'm only talking about pictures. I'm not saying anything can come into its atmosphere or anything like that. Nothing,
This is
nothing
okay.
like
This
that.
is too much.
Can we restart this podcast?
We probably should. But on Instagram, there was for whatever reason.
I'm reporting this to YouTube this week.
You get the random memes,
I'm
and one of the
reporting
random
this to
memes was, "It's crazy how your significant other has probably seen your butthole more than you've ever seen yours."
Oh yeah, that's an
like,
interesting
wait, what?
stat. Yeah,
That's insane.
your parents too.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, there's nobody beating your parents, right?
There's got. I hope so. I mean, technically, you really hope your parents are the only ones that have seen it that much.
You're right. Yeah, especially if you're a guy.
Depends on what you're doing.
Can we get to the 5-on-5 thing?
Yeah.
Let's
Listen, we're shooting the shit. We haven't seen Joe. I love when Joe's on podcasts. We could rip for days.
We're talking about buttholes for the next 20 minutes.
2 minutes in, we're talking about butt stuff. Yeah.
Butt stuff. It's all right. Listen, relax, boys.
The brown-eyed girls over here are giving each other wings.
Jacob,
Me and Chris are trying to get help here.
Jacob, DM me. We'll put some feed stuff together for a business transaction. I'm looking to quit my job. Let's help me.
I don't think. You probably should
get really weird. That might not. We don't see Joe for the next 6 months.
No, you're going to see so much more of me.
There you go.
I'll have so much more time for activities.
Yeah, Joe's gonna be like, subscribe to my OF, you assholes.
Yeah. Bring a QR code, just flash it on the screen.
Can we? So I mean, get into this vein. I threw this out in the boys' text message chain. Nobody gave me any feelers. Nobody looking into the Diddy trial.
I did actually. When you did mention it, I did read, and
Diddy was a motherfucking freak.
The girl that was on there with that party or whatever.
She would have the freak off party.
Yeah, the freak off party. What? Oh, gee, good lord.
So Cassidy was dating Diddy for 10 years.
Also, the lady who was in the hotel video.
Yes, it's a very sad situation. Diddy is not a good person, but the freak offs are hilarious. He asked. So I'll give you a few things. In a hotel room, he asked her to get in a kiddie pool of baby oil.
I did see this. That was
She's like, I don't want to do it, but she knew that it would be easier if she just did it. So
she'd get beat up. Yeah.
And then the lawyer asked, "How many times has an escort peed in your mouth?" And her answer was,
"Too many times."
Too many times. Yep. That is insane.
Yeah.
What are we doing, people?
Did they ask follow-up questions? Was it sterile and did she like the taste?
And we were complaining about our jobs.
That would have been the question you would have asked.
An hour and a half ago.
Redirect.
Did you see the Suge Knight interview?
No.
Where he's like, Donald. Yeah.
Is he in prison?
He's in prison. They did an interview from him in prison, and he's like, "Yeah, Donnie's gonna get it. Donnie's gonna pardon him. He's gonna get. He's.
There's no way.
He's gonna pardon Diddy.
They say that's what Suge Knight thinks, that he knows so many people and has so many things that they're just gonna pardon him
unless Diddy buys a whole bunch
because it's a federal offense.
Then maybe
this is on because it's a federal case, not a state case. He'll get pardoned, they think, because he has like all these connections and he has all this stuff going on.
I love 50 Cent's Twitter account.
Dude, 50 Cent is the shit.
He goes, Diddy should have taken that pardon, or not that pardon. Diddy should have taken a plea deal, baby. And they're like, what do you mean? He's like, after her testimony, Diddy should have taken a plea deal. Like, he's fucked. Yeah. It's not good.
I mean, you could also, if you would have taken a plea deal, he could have also gotten pardoned and probably not have to deal with half this.
Well, he had a plea deal on the table, but he didn't want to do any prison time, so he said no. The crazy part is,
is it because there's no baby oil?
That's a good question.
There is a lack of baby oil.
Is there a recipe to make your own prison baby oil?
I didn't realize this, but like you would think that like you see mob movies and you see like when they're in prison, they could kind of do nowadays, especially in New York. He could only spend $155 on commissary a month.
Yeah, I don't know. You've seen the movie Goodfellas, I'm assuming, where they go to jail and they have like the one guy brings in all the food and everything.
Yep.
They're like, that's not true. That never happened. Like the one guy came out and there was like, that never happened. Like you may have gotten some like stuff in, like you may have been able to get like some crooked guards to bring you in, but like, it was never to that level. Like where like
really?
It never happened like that. But
I mean, that did seem a little fake. But
yeah.
It looks good in the movie.
Him slicing the garlic.
Yeah. There's a
razor blade.
There's a guy that was like with one of the big family in New York, and like he does like podcasts and stuff.
Yes. Is it the old guy? Not the old guy.
He's not very old, but he's like, I would say he's like
I know who you're talking about.
Late 50s, early 60s. He's going through like the top 30 like gangsters of all time, and like he did like number 2 was like some guy here in Chicago that never got arrested. He was like running the mob out in Elmwood Park and everything.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if it's the same guy that Al Capone, the guy before Al Capone retired, because he knew Al Capone would kill him if he didn't, and he got out of the way. But he was a guy who was.
This is the guy. I think the guy that he was talking about took over after Capone. Like,
I see,
and he solidified the city and everything like that, and made it like where it wasn't like where you had like gang warfare like in the 70s in New York, where everybody was like all the families were.
This is crazy. So maybe I can play this and you guys can hear it. But John sent me something about the Bailey's Casino. I should put my phone on the charger here in a second. But here.
More Chicago story than this. Chicago's new Bally Casino just had to shut down construction because the company supplying their dumpsters had mob ties. I don't think you can get any more Chicago than this story.
Yeah, I heard that
Here's
story.
what happened. The Chicago Sun-Times uncovered that a company called D&P Construction was supplying dumpsters at the Bally's site, and the FBI has them linked to the mafia. Right after that came out, the Illinois Gaming Board issued a stop work order and shut the whole thing down. The Sun-Times reached out to D&P and asked if they were connected to the mob, and they made this response video.
I'm in a waste management business. Everybody immediately assumes you're mopped up. It's a stereotype. It's offensive.
Why is that Tony Soprano?
I've done work with. Hold on.
Because
and
of the joke.
to this day, I still do work with DNP Construction.
That's crazy.
Holy shit!
And they're potentially
They
mobbed
have an
up.
office on Cumberland.
Joe, did you make him an offer
Their
you can't
main
refuse?
office is on Cumberland, right by the LA Fitness.
You don't
Center.
hear about the Chicago mob anymore at all.
Did you make him an offer they couldn't refuse?
Fuck no! I paid my bills like a good boy.
I
I didn't do anything bad.
Did they ask you for- they
Please
ask you for
don't
some new
come after me.
taxes?
They came into Joe's. Two guys came into Joe's office one time. They put their big guys. They sat at the desk and they're like, "You pay our bill now." And Joe's like, "He'll never be late again."
Like, we want some gabagool.
Wild! Wow!
Is it and how we got onto the topics like that?
Holy
Yeah.
shit! They legit have an office like kitty corner to the LA Fitness on Cumberland there.
Is that the one that's like off of Tui over there? Or no, wait. Where?
No,
no.
Right
It's over,
before,
yeah,
right by
by like
Higgins.
the slushy place or whatever,
It's off
right there.
Cumberland, right off the highway.
No,
There's
right
like a
off the highway.
pup slush
Yeah,
or
he's
something.
right.
Oh yes, yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
that's what I mean, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
In between those two.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow.
And so they could potentially be mob.
B&B Construction with gang ties.
Well, no, mob ties. Not
Mob
gang.
ties. Well, yeah.
The mob is a
Make sure you pay
gang.
The
those bills,
OG
Joe.
gang. Gang.
But somebody sent me that to kind of like shit on Chicago, and I was like, I don't think that really. But it's true. Like, so there, what it ended up being is
Nuts.
the Bailey's. So Bailey's Casino got the right to have the casino in Chicago because they offered. They said they're going to give Chicago like $40 million upfront and $200 million a year or something crazy.
Based on that casino we went to, I don't know if that's worth it.
They probably have it. I mean, they probably are
It
giving
is
to the
kind of
city.
crazy. I mean, it was nice. The
It
casino
wasn't
was
scummy
nice.
when we went there.
No, it was a beautiful place, but it was like.
It was a cesspool of humanity on a Saturday morning.
I mean, that's a casino, Pat. That's no matter where you're at.
True.
Oh, buddy needs an energy drink.
Not,
huh?
not
Little-
dealing with
little sleepy?
winners.
That? No, I thought about that too. Like, and there were people just there, like, kind of on vacation in a casino at like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
We're doing it as a joke. People are there, like, ready to rip it up.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
They were talking about Lauren and so Lauren and oh hey, how you doing?
Thank you, sir.
So we were talking about going to Las Vegas, and Gressa's parents went to Las Vegas, and they had the time of their lives, just sitting at one of the slot machines and pretending to play it a little bit, put $100 in, and they were just got completely smashed.
Was there another one?
There's only one in each one.
Son of a bitch.
Just go get one, you son of a bitch.
You know what my favorite thing about the casino on yours was?
What's your favorite thing about the casino, Chris?
Pepsi put $20 into the slot machine and played the slot machine at the casino when we were there for your wedding.
So Patrick McGraw played.
Pepsi, yeah.
When did he do that?
Right at the end, we were waiting for it to leave.
The roulette table.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Did he
yeah.
win or lose?
Oh, okay.
He lost. He checked out with like 50 cents or like he couldn't bet anymore, so he had like 50 or like 45 cents left, and he's like, "What do I do with this?" I'm like, "Just hold on to it. You can't do anything."
I'll be
with
honest,
it.
I've never won a penny in a slot machine.
Sorry, I have a much more important question. When are we talking about going to Vegas?
Oh, July. So
Oh,
not
July,
the
okay.
first week of July, not 4th of July, but the weekend after. We figured we could do
Like a
leave
Friday,
Friday.
Monday?
Yeah, Friday, and just come back Monday really early. And that would be, you leave Friday after work. We get out there. The ladies can, we could do the nightlife Friday a little bit. Saturday, we do the actual pool party.
Yeah.
Sunday.
All my clothes are great.
It's the week after 4th of July. Is that still?
I thought you said the weekend after.
Yeah, so it would be like
The
it's
4th of July. 4th of
weekend.
July is a weekend, and then you would have the 11th, 12th,
Oh,
13th.
that one. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pat Lynch.
I'm sorry. You guys can go. I will be at Windy City Smokeout. Boom!
Wait.
So not that weekend, then the weekend after that one.
That weekend is Gressia's birthday.
We're never going to
perfect time to have a
Vegas.
baby.
The weekend of that, Peter, you're in Ireland, so.
Hey, Pat, you want to go to Vegas the 26th?
Yeah.
Wait,
Joe,
what about the last weekend of June? Do we got anything going on that weekend?
Pat. Yeah, Pat's going to. Well, you could skip Pat out. Pat's going to Dave Matthews to get pooped on again.
God damn it. Life is never
we
easy.
can still go. Pat just can't go.
That's fair.
Yep, that sounds good.
Pat and Katrina.
The problem is I want to do it. I want to do it.
A baby moon for our friend.
I've been to
or
Vegas
Dave
numerous
Matthews,
times.
who they've seen 20 dozen times at this point.
None of them have had babies, so
Hey, you let Pat have his time with Dave. He only gets to see Dave once a year.
You're
And he missed the last
I
year.
see your ass all the time.
He doesn't get pooped on by Dave, but once a year.
God damn it.
And then the weekend before that is the baseball and Steve Aoki.
I didn't realize we were pretty packed, huh?
And then the weekend before that is Megan's birthday.
Nah, fuck that. Who cares?
Oh, yeah, you want to get
41.
you
41. 41. She's old.
you tempt fate, okay? I'm not getting
She's
my ass
41.
kicked.
She's good. I love
good.
Megan to death. We're at my dad's 70th. Happy birthday, Big Mike.
Oh yeah, happy birthday to Big Mike.
I love watching episode 239 with him on there. He was Lauren's dad actually said it was funny to see him, but he was he was so happy.
He loves.
He's a pig in shit, just enjoying hanging out with us.
Yeah, he gets to see the boys. He loves hanging out with Joe. Pat not so much, but we understand.
But
You see enough of me.
yeah, for sure.
I see enough of me and Peter too. So
we go to Gibson's on Thursday for his 70th,
Nice.
and the waitress, the lady, she's super sweet. She comes over, she's like, "Any allergies?" In my head, I'm thinking, like, "There's none of." I'm like, "We're good. Like, just let's go to work." And Lauren's like, or Megan's like, "No." She literally starts to list all her allergies, and I'm like, "Megan, what?" And she's like, I selfish and like wheat and grass," and I'm like, "Megan, it's okay. Like, they're not gonna. We're fine." And but I didn't realize that and it's not like deathly. It's just like a.
Well, for mom and dad, it'd be deathly because she just breaks out like in.
Oh yes, and she would be miserable.
Yeah, miserable. Yeah.
But and then her and Lauren were hitting the alcohol a little tight.
Yeah, fucking God damn it, Davis.
Megan loves. We were trying to figure out the seating.
Is Lauren Margaret Lynch over there? Is that what she's doing?
No.
They both.
See Margaret Lynch and you on
No,
dinner?
they both had 2 drinks, and that was
so we were just busting balls.
it's always just giving them a hard time.
That's not Margaret Lynch.
You know what
level.
I thought about, Pat? Is like, so me and Chris now have to pay for 7, potentially at some point 8 people's meals. And
Yeah, if Pepsi ever gets married.
yeah, and
Yeah, right.
but then I also thought about you and the amount of wine your mom drinks, and I'm like, fuck, that's
It's
not
basically inviting another person to dinner.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and my best part, my favorite part of my mom is like she doesn't really, the wine. It's not. She's not. This is not Sarah's dad here. She doesn't have the elegance of it. So like
fill it up to the top.
So yeah, they give her like a half a pour. And she's like, "The fuck is this shit?"
Dude.
Your mom was great at the wedding. She's like that.
Oh, she had a great time at the wedding.
Oh yeah, she was.
Great.
Yeah, she had a great time.
No. I'm not trying to be a dick, but I'm just saying she doesn't have that. Like, she gets to a certain point and she doesn't have any like filter.
No, yeah, she had a great
fucking credit carding Brian.
What ace?
Titty grabbing Pat.
Is that what ace sippage?
Oh,
she was grabbing
half a nut deep in the Brian.
She was up. She wanted to take Brian home, and she grabbed my titties.
Yeah, this takes a sip of liquor for her to get to this point, probably.
Oh man.
That's true. I mean, I'm getting to that point where it's like 3, and I'm like, hey.
Yeah, Joe, we were thinking about calling you in on Thursday to help finish that cake that Big Mike got. Oh my God,
It's funny. I'm not even kidding you. Megan even said this. She's like, we have to bring Joe Keneally to dinners to help clean up, help clean all this up for us.
You see Joe pop in like halfway through the dinner, like, all right, what's left over, ladies?
How you guys doing?
We got half a fillet over there, part of a strip,
I heard
part of a potato.
Food left over.
you should have seen the look on Pierre's face on Sunday when my dad and Pepsi left half a plate of lasagna and half a plate of spaghetti and meatballs, and Pierre's like, why wouldn't you take this home? Pierre's grabbing me on, like, we're walking out, he's grabbing me, he's like, we paid for this, and those 2 clowns left half plates. Why didn't they take it home? I'm like, it's their choice, Pierre.
No, and you asked Pepsi, you're like, why? He's like, well, I didn't know it was this big. I'm like, that means it's another meal. What the fuck are you doing? This motherfucker will take half a Gatorade. My uncle is super sweet. He always provides
like Powerades and Gatorades and stuff.
half a Gatorade. He'll toss it.
I want to kill him. I want to kill him when I see him do it.
Is Pepsi the devil?
He may be.
What is happening?
It's his little way of getting back at Mr. Harrison.
Pepsi's gonna show
Tell
up
about
here.
all those starving kids in Africa.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like Steve, bang, bang, bang.
You remember that episode of the league where they're driving, or the guy Pete's driving Kevin around in his car, and Kevin's on the roof with the trophy, like his last time with the Shiva, And then Rafi's in the back seat, comes out of nowhere, and they're doing Scroll Squad, and he just starts punching Pete in the balls. That's Pepsi. Pepsi's literally going to sneak in here somehow. He's going to pop up. He's going to be like, "Oh, you guys talking shit about me for not taking the lasagna home?" Bam, right in the nuts.
That was one hell of a circle to get to that
Chris,
situation.
you had-
I was like, where the hell are we going with
Chris,
that
your
one?
memory is way better than mine.
I don't remember that one at all. No, you know what kills me too?
Joe,
I
you remember.
I love my dad to
do.
death. There's not like we talked about this already, but we're at so Lauren, unfortunately, me and Chris got there really early. My parents actually got there to Gibson's early for 70th. Lauren was running a little
Which
bit late.
Gibsons did you go to?
Rosemont.
Rosemont.
Okay, perfect.
We got there and so we're sitting at the table and we ordered drinks and we're hanging out for a second waiting for Lauren to come and then she's like, "Do you want to do drinks?" I'm like, and mind you, we had been like hanging out for 15 minutes at this point.
Okay.
So I knew my drink order 3 minutes in.
Peter's like, and is the Pope from Chicago? Of course.
Yeah.
I'm going to drink.
Pierre had his drink order.
shit.
Pierre's like, "Chris, they have 2005 from Golden, Colorado, the Rocky Mountain Refreshment Coors Light."
No, the 2025 Colorado. I think it's
there's a 2005. You're not taking that.
Nah.
That's a bad year. That's a
2025.
bad year.
Yeah.
No, that's a great year, sir.
It just doesn't age like wine here.
and I love and the same thing Sunday. So they go so everybody. I'm like, okay, are you guys ready? Because 10 minutes, it should be fucking lightning
Wait,
quick.
you did 2 different dinners?
Yeah, so
So-
we did Mother's Day on Sunday at Moretti's, and then Big Mike, unfortunately or graciously, has his birthday like normally like anywhere from like a week or.
Oh yeah, Chris and Peter got
Credit cards are
bent
hot
over.
this month, huh?
Chris and Peter got bent over this week.
Mind you, Pepsi's birthday was Pierre's wedding day.
I remember that.
So we had to do that dinner.
So we had to do that dinner like 2 days later, and then a week later we do Mother's Day, and then 4 days later we got Big Mike's birthday, and then Pierre gets screwed on Tuesday.
Tuesday, I got to go to. Not screwed.
Not screwed, but
I'm
I mean-
super happy. I
All
can't
right.
wait. But
Screwed,
yes,
yeah, you're
another
right.
day.
Screwed
What's happening on
is the
Tuesday?
wrong word on that
Mr.
one.
Davis
Yeah.
is turning
Turning
72.
Oh wow.
Where you going for that one?
I'm not on. He wants to cook steaks. I'm like Lauren, we're not letting this man cook. Like, this is his birthday. If anything, I will cook for him, but he needs to hang.
Take him to Aurelio's and bring me a pizza.
I hear Outback has a deal on Tuesdays.
Oh yeah, nice. But okay, but
Take
all
him to Hooters.
this whole circle came to.
Hooters.
The whole circle came to.
Best birthday ever, Peter. Best birthday.
They asked for drink orders. Megan goes, "Coors Light, please." My dad's like,
Spot on impersonation right there.
my dad's like,
Hey,
and I'm like, motherfucker, 10 minutes.
It went great. It went down the line. Lauren
Yes.
nailed it. Megan nailed it. My mom nailed it. Michael's just sitting there like, dude. He's like, wait, what? Drink order? What? We just got here.
Oh what? Who's
Every time I'm like, are you out of your mind?
And then Megan McGraw just like, Heineken. And then he's like, yeah, can I get a glass of ice? And Pierre's a glass of ice.
Wait, he puts his Heineken in ice?
He puts
Yeah,
it
because it dilutes some of the alcohol out of
Yeah.
it. Which is his own thing.
It's his prerogative.
It's- You came from these jeans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
At least Margaret Lynch, I know, is a bit of an alcoholic in there. There's a little bit in there.
Big Mike was never an alcoholic. He drank his beer, and we knew what he was about. Then Pepsi got Coors Light. Pierre got his
Zombie
what-
dust.
No,
Zombie dust
No,
at
he got
some
zombie
point.
dust at Gibson's. I don't know what he got at.
Oh, okay.
I got the Samuel Adams. It's
so-
Summer Ale.
And then Chris went with the Sprite because Chris was not drinking anymore that day.
But yeah, I'm just saying. I love my dad.
Like
to
a
death.
bitch.
My dad, like my mom. He's like, what? Like he goes to my mom. Like we were talking about this. Pat was talking about how some men when they get older in life they can't make any decisions on their own. Like they have to call
Like
their
Joe.
wives. They have to call their wives to make sure they can do anything and everything.
I've been texting her this whole night about what I should talk about in the podcast.
So can I have another parrot? Could I please have another party parrot?
my dad goes to my mom like, what should I have? And it kills me. I'm like, you're a goddamn adult. Pick whatever you want to eat. And then so everybody's ready to order. It comes to my dad. My dad looks at my mom, and my mom's like, I'll take the spaghetti and meatballs. And he's like, I'm like, what the fuck? Ah, boys.
Michael.
It's gonna be
meatballs,
like,
huh?
oh,
He is a spaghetti
Sketty meatballs.
He
huh?
is. He's a fiend for it.
Him and his brother-in-law get a bond over that.
that kills me because that's again we've talked
Yeah,
about
something you
this.
can make at home.
I don't ever get anything at a restaurant I can make at home.
But he's at least consistent. If he goes somewhere to like an Italian restaurant, that's like his go-to.
Where I fucked up this week at Gibson's is I'm a New York strip guy through and through. That's my cut. I get it all the time. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do their cut, the Chicago cut.
An anti-strip guy. I'm over here.
And I was not happy.
Wishbone ruined that for me.
I did that on Mother's Day. We went to a place called Eddie V's out in, I don't know where the fuck it was.
That sounds
Oak Brook.
familiar.
Oh, there is one. I think it's not in Wheaton.
No, it's outside of Wheaton. It's like not
Is it-
in
it-
the strip by
it's
Oak Brook,
Lombard,
but like
it's
almost
it's
off
like
of-
Lombard.
Yeah.
It's where the old like I think it's McCormick and no,
You know actually where it is? You get off at Highland Avenue and you make a U-turn, and it's
Yeah.
almost right by the Costco where.
You remember that place
off
we took
the
Mr.
expressway
Anderson
there.
with Pepsi the one
Yeah.
time? That restaurant went out, and that's what it is now.
Okay.
I can't think of what the restaurant was before it though.
It was,
Normally-
no, you were right. It was McCormick. It was McCormick and whatever.
Schmidt?
No.
No.
I know what you're saying. It was like almost a seafood place, but they did do steaks.
Yeah,
I
they
know
did
what
do
you're saying.
steaks. Yeah, and I can't remember what the name of that place is.
Whatever, but yeah.
Oh no, it was McCormick Schmitz because Capitol Grill's the one that's further up. That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking of.
So you got what kind of steak did you get?
Well, normally I go for the filet.
Oh,
and I was
nice.
like, you know what? I'm going to get a ribeye on the bone. Try something different. And I was like, I fucked up. I should have just gone with what I like. Always.
That's it?
I just like,
Lauren
fuck.
got the
Fuck.
fillet, and it like she gave me the more medium well. Tremendous. The medium that she was eating, I was like, fuck that.
Did you get the? Did you get to try Pepsi's Pork Shop?
No,
That
it
was pretty good.
Oh yeah,
His applesauce with it too was pretty good.
yeah. No, Gibson does a nice job. You know what though?
Gibson's a nice, yeah.
The first bread they give you is always cold. The second one is always warm. Like it's for
Yeah.
whatever reason it's warmer. And I'm like, why don't you just give me the warmer bread?
Yeah, you could have. I'm glad we didn't go. Like Megan was trying to get French fries. I'm glad we didn't go with the French fries.
Oh yeah, no. Well, last night when we were at Garcia's, not Garcia's, Caesar's. I'm sorry,
Cesar's.
Oh, nice. Did you go to the one on
yes,
Broadway?
famous Margarita. Yes. So because they live right, Brian and Gracie live right there.
Yeah, like literally a block away from there now.
Service was dog shit.
They also live by the Japanese place.
Oh yes, yep. The
Gaiku.
yes.
No, and the stuff in your takoyaki place we went to at Katrina's birthday one time.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
the
It's
hibachi
literally
grill.
the end of their block.
But so supposedly they're under new management and like, but the one thing they do nice is for me, what a game changer food wise was when the first time I ever got warmed up chips and salsa. When they warm the chips up and they give them to you.
Yeah.
Holy
they give it in that
fuck.
like bowl.
Oh.
That special bowl. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
heated up in it. Yeah.
Or they toast them before they give them to you, and you're just like, why don't we always do this? The first time I had that, Happy Camper in Old Town.
Yes.
I'll never
Wow.
forget how I was like, this is why do we not
Would
always
not
do
have
this?
guessed there.
Is that when they forgot your pizza too?
I don't get that.
Remember they forgot Sarah's pizza?
Oh, okay.
We're waiting for you to finish that, but you're right. They definitely did.
They did one time. We ordered like three or four pizzas.
You were there, Joe.
Yeah, and Sarah ordered like a cheese pizza or like something.
Vegetarian
Yeah,
pizza.
This was
vegetarian
last
pizza,
year
yeah.
when Robert F. Kennedy's trolley came through.
Trolley?
Yeah, we
Well,
went
not Charlie,
right
I'm
before
sorry.
Grecia's
Went to Declan's,
friend's birthday party at Declan's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Was
Emma.
it like a billboard?
No, I'm sorry. It was a camper thing or whatever. RV.
Yeah, it was on Instagram, and you got to pick. I was on the Instagram.
Yeah.
I was in the background of the.
Yes.
why
And then we went
That's why you didn't win, Chris.
and we got absolutely smashed.
That's what. Yeah, where Happy Camper had the waiter was just standing by the bar, and you could see him just standing there, like, just get your ass over here and give us the check.
Yeah. Yep. Man, we've had a life. We've had a lifetime.
We've done some stuff.
All right, let me go get my phone back, and we'll do the 5-on-5. Talk amongst each other. How good Chris looks in that sweater.
Yeah, it's a pretty fancy sweater. I don't know if you guys know, I'm a big Coors Light fan. I don't know if you would
you like Coors Light?
I-
I
no.
like Coors Light.
But you're not
do you?
drinking Coors Light right now.
I'm finished with my beer. I'm thinking about getting a Coors Light.
I'm almost done with mine as well.
Oh, Joe, do
I
you
mean,
want one?
I have most of it on my hands.
Do you want some, Joe? Do you want a Coors Light?
I would do a Coors Light.
Okay. Well, Pat, you can kiss my ass.
Okay.
Yeah, take that,
Thanks.
Pat. Suck it. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. I'm gonna
Got to get on the mic first.
I'm
All
gonna-
right, how are we going to start this? What do we got here?
Talk something. Are we doing the 5
here we
good
go.
feel stories or whatever?
No,
Yeah, oh yeah, yep.
We're giving you last week's news today.
Thank you,
That's
Pat.
what it was.
Here's a good one. Me and Chris saw this.
We
My
should-
last name is not
Hold
Hamilton,
on,
so I
can
will decline.
Can I substitute one of your 5 stories for some shit that happened in Chicago.
Please go right
That
ahead.
fucking
Fran.
dust storm.
Oh, that was insane.
Holy shit!
That was out of this
Can we
world.
talk about that?
Yeah, Chris and I were driving through it last night.
We've had 2 dust storms in the entire history of Chicago. One was like May 7th earlier this year. Nothing happened. And then we get a notification on our phones. I get home at like a halfway decent time before the sun doesn't come down.
That's
and I'm
awesome.
like, hey, let's go for a walk. Let's take the dog out on a walk. We get the notifications both on our phones. Sandstorm or like dust storm, sandstorm. Yeah, it was a dust storm. And we're like, yeah, okay, I've never had to worry about this before in my life. It's probably like a lakefront thing, whatever. By the end of this walk, we take a 2-mile walk with our dog. We're like this. I'm wearing my glasses. I'm just like this.
No, it
was intense.
It was in your nose. It was crazy.
I was crunching on sand in my mouth. Like I would like readjust or like.
Where did it come from?
I don't know.
You know what I imagine is just like the high
tornadoes.
Well, there was a bunch of tornadoes, but I'm imagining high winds, and it's been very dry here. It hasn't rained a
that
lot,
makes
so
sense, yeah.
just kicking
Our
up.
golf team going to test that one today.
Yeah. What? You continuing on the Chicago news? How about the putts that drove over on the
Did you see this show?
on Billy Caldwell? There was like a video, like you can look at. Yeah. Oh, I'll send it to you
Some
right
guy
now. Hold
drove
on.
onto the
course, hit a 7-year-old man, put him in intensive care.
70-year-old.
Then he
Had a knife on
then he
him.
got captured at the
This
the
had to be
back.
on hole number 1 or
No,
18.
it was you know where that water is?
They captured him on. He got trapped on 7.
Whoa.
When the cops came out, and he was started wielding a knife at that point.
Where is there a road over there for someone to come in?
Think about it. You know where you get
There's
up on
quite a few
top and you're going
options,
to do, there's that like old schoolhouse.
Yeah.
And the house is over there. There's a
Yeah.
road right there. You could just easily.
Holy shit! So it's
And-
like some backside street.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you would think.
But I saw a video where they were driving down hole number 1.
That's what I thought too. I'm not going to lie to you, Pat. I thought so too.
That's kind of what I assumed.
Because the guy was on that bench between like 2, 1, and 9 is where the video I saw, and the guy was coming up like so the guy's driving around, and then one of the course employees is driving his car chasing this guy down.
Holy shit!
I just sent it to you, Joe. And then you got the other thing where somebody had shots fired down the block or like right outside Murphy's bleachers in Wrigleyville, right across.
They caught that guy, but that
Yeah.
was
Probably
that
sucks.
was
Probably
yeah.
sucks, man.
Dude. You know it's great about the Cup Sox now that the Sox suck so much that it's not even like there's no aggression.
But it's dangerous for the Cubs because the Cubs should beat them because they're so bad. But if they when it's close, you're like, oh, I'm not gonna end this fucking thing if they lose.
Yeah, but again, I don't think that that's there anymore. Like there's not like who wants to fight over this anymore? Like
I mean, realistically, the Cubs have bigger rivals in Milwaukee and St. Louis.
yeah.
I mean, St. Louis for sure. Like, yeah, I mean, like, who cares? Like, we're all from Chicago. Like, at that stage,
I'm much
like,
happier when the Cubs beat the Cardinals and the Brewers, but I do enjoy it. To the few Sox fans I know, when the Cubs beat, I don't hear a word from them for like I won't hear word from them for like a month probably.
So Chris and I were watching the news at the gym this week, and it was like the top toys ranked, and people pick like
Oh God, yes, that was.
Are you talking current toys or historical?
No,
No,
it's
it's
historic
just like
toys.
it was like random
so
toys.
yeah. So here are a few of them: the Light Bright,
Okay.
Slinky. So out of these, I want you to choose your one: Light Bright, Slinky, Etch a Sketch, or Easy Bake Oven.
That was not on the list, but
Okay, do you know some of the other ones? 'Cause
yeah, it was.
Is Hot Wheels not on this fucking list?
No, it was Rubik's Cube,
yes, yep.
No.
like the View Seeker thing with like.
Oh yes, the pictogram thing.
yeah, the
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I can't.
Do you
think-
like where you put it up in your and then you click it
You
on the right?
click it, yeah.
Yes.
I remember that, but that was
Etch a Sketch, Light Bright.
My God. Sorry, I'm just seeing the video now.
Yeah, it's pretty
Why are
fucking
there 2
ridiculous.
cars?
That's the
what-
course employee was the guy in the gray car chasing him down, trying to prevent them from killing somebody in the golf course.
Oh my God.
Yeah, how insane and stupid that is.
And then there was one other one, and I can't remember what it was.
These
The
toys seem
Bright
very
Glow
old. I'll be
or whatever
honest.
that was, but that's
So you had the Light Bright,
Yeah.
and then
These toys feel very old.
Slinky.
Slinky was on there. Slinky, Rubik's Cube, the View Seeker thing, Light Bright, and then there was
Etch a Sketch.
Magic 8 Ball.
Okay.
And then I think there was one other one that was really just dumb.
Okay, so here we go. So here, these are you get to choose from: Etch a Sketch, Light Bright, Rubik's Cube, Magic 8 Ball, Slinky,
And then the View Seeker thing.
and the View Seeker, whatever that's called. So you got 6 out of those. What were you guys choosing?
Etch a Sketch.
Oh, wow.
I'd agree with Joe on that one.
I went with Light
There's
Bright.
some real shit toys though.
I went with
I
Light
went with
Bright.
Slinky.
Hot Wheels were way better than that. I loved Hot Wheels as a
These
kid.
are all solid choices. Pat is a follower, but the rest of us are all leaders.
Yeah, I told.
I didn't. I like the Etch a Sketch. I didn't.
Slinky's a solid
No,
one.
but like the View Seeker suck a
of
dick.
that five,
The View
of that
Seeker,
five,
the
that's
Magic
the
8 Ball
best
was fun.
The views. Yeah, I told Pierre, I'm like, the Slinky kind of depended because like if you get like a bunch of stairs, like if you had like 5 stairs, that just like you would get bored with it.
You could fuck
Yeah, but you
around
could do
with
this
Slinky.
thing.
You could do that.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen those dudes?
That was fun as shit.
Have you ever seen those dudes like flip around the Slinky and
Oh
all
yeah.
that shit?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you could have some fun.
I did like the only reason why I like the Light Bright is because like you could get like a bunch of different pictures and make a bunch of fun things with them.
Light Bright is a solid
Yeah.
one. That was when I heard that. That hit the nostalgia.
When Pierce
right in the
when
heart.
Pierce said Easy Bake Oven, I was like, I don't know why that's not on there, because that would have been the by far winner, because you're able to make
it-
food
yeah,
and eat.
little, yeah. Or remember when we used to be able to make those gummies in the oven? Mm-hmm. That shit was terrible for you.
That's what I was saying.
Everybody's fucking
I
getting
was waiting
cancer
to
from all
hear
that
that on
stuff.
the list,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Make some creepy crawl.
This is crazy. In Arizona, or I think it was Arizona, a 7-year-old and an 8-year-old got their dad's gun, and the mom couldn't get them to put it down. So
A
she got
70-year-old and an 8-year-old.
I'm sorry, 7 and 8-year-old.
Oh, I'm sorry.
7 and 8-year-old, and they couldn't. The mom could not get the kids to put the gun down, so they called the cops. They are sitting behind an air conditioner. Pretend like they're trying to. So they're using drones to try to. They're like, the thing was like, drones try to save these kids. Like, and these kids didn't give a fuck about the instructions. The cops are like, hey guys, put the gun down, and they're not listening. All they care about is holding the gun and pointing and shooting. And the one kid did point and shoot, but it got jammed. Thank God.
Oh wow.
But so they had to shoot beanbags at these kids. They didn't hit them, but they got it close enough to distract them. Bro, it was,
Startling
and you can watch this whole thing. It was so.
You
Fuck
just talking about it,
up.
it has me terrified out of my mind. I don't want to see this because
You
like
feel so bad because these kids, they're not listening to any type of order or any type of like, but you hear about and then, so the one kid got charged. He's like 7 years old. The one who pulled the trigger is getting charged as whatever. And it's like, but this should be on the family. But they've been through DCFS back and forth. Abusive family. It's terrible. But
Well,
the video is insane.
yeah, I don't think you try, like I get like the kid pulling the trigger, but like they don't they're not comprehending that.
You got to get him out of that parent situation and get him into a better
yeah,
situation.
they need to be like their punishment should just be like gone. The parents should be in jail for endangering children.
Yep.
For having that gun and letting them being able to have it and everything. That is wow. I'm not gonna go and find that video ever in my life.
It was so sad. And then
How about you brighten it up a little bit? With
Well,
this next one.
I wanted to get Pat's and your thought on the Pete Rose stuff. Me and Chris talked about this. Like, so if the MLB has allowed Shula Show, the 1919 Black Sox,
Yeah, and Pete Rose.
and Pete Rose, they've lifted a lifetime ban because they're all dead, and there's not really a lifetime after you're dead. But in my head, I'm like, what does this mean? Like, who cares? Like, why are, like, in my head, it's more disrespectful for you. I feel like for you to do this now that they're dead, and
Yeah, I agree.
but
Yeah, that was stupid.
like, why would you do it?
It's like when they put Ron Santo in the Hall of Fame after he died. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck's the point?
Yeah,
First, I get
It'd be like the same thing if you put Mongo in that Hall of Fame 2 years from now.
yeah, I get
he's actually. Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
saying if they had-
Sorry,
if they
you're
had done
right.
it 2 years
I
ago.
apologize. I get what you're saying.
I get
Yeah.
like it gives maybe their family a little bit of closure, but it's like it's the same thing.
Pete Rose was on record saying he didn't want to do it after he didn't want it after he was dead.
Yeah,
But what they're doing is allowing the MLB to
but now
put him in and like make this fucking thing.
But like now it's a big thing now for MLB. Now they can profit off it because now
Yeah.
they can be like, hey, come see the Pete Rose exhibit at Cooperstown.
Yes, 100%.
The major league leader in hits. We never acknowledged it when he was alive, but now he's dead.
So, the question is like when the steroid era, like when Barry Bonds dies, was that when he's going to get in then? Like,
You're probably going to need some sports writers who are going to eventually be like, okay, everybody was doing it. You know, we got to.
sports writers in general, it's a ridiculous
Yeah.
concept how they vote people in, anyways. But
yeah, for nobody like
For guys who couldn't hit a fucking
Yeah.
who couldn't hit a beach ball coming at him probably.
fair, but and also not to not vote like people who are 1,000% because the Babe Ruth or whoever wasn't
Babe Ruth never
unanimous.
playing against black people.
Like that, like no, I'm not saying, but
he
like,
never saw a curveball in his life.
I'm not saying, but there's
No,
like
but
people
like, yeah.
they don't vote
Their
100%.
Their argument is
Yeah.
if Babe Ruth, who's probably one of the greatest hitters of all time, doesn't get it 100%. I think there's only one person that got it 100%, and it
it was
wasn't.
Mariano
Mar-
Rivera.
yeah, right.
And
That was
that
like some
that
chick-
guy's a piece of shit
Yeah.
now.
That was like some
Way to
dickhead-
go,
That
MLB.
was like some guy voted against Ichiro. Like he didn't.
Yes,
like,
that was it. Yeah,
And
that's
Ichiro,
bullshit.
yeah, and Ichiro didn't give a damn. He's like, I want to have a beer and just talk to a guy.
Yeah, I want to see what he was thinking.
I mean, let's be honest. Look at Greg Maddux. Greg Maddux was not on steroids, and nobody and two guys didn't vote for him.
Greg Max has some ridiculous numbers. if you
Yeah,
look at some of his
for a
career
guy,
stuff.
yeah, for a guy who wasn't a power pitcher. Or
The
anything,
amount of walks he gave up was outrageous.
and the fact that he didn't get 100%, like, yeah, you want to talk to those people and be like, why didn't you vote for him? Oh, because other people like Luke Garrick and all these guys didn't.
I mean, the game in that time was so completely different. Anyways, like they were like this was like a side gig for them for the most
Yeah.
part.
And then lastly, on the last, this is not top news, but I've been meaning to talk about this for 3 weeks. Did you guys hear about in Chicago? There's an arsonist who's targeting marijuana dispensaries.
Yeah.
Oh, is that why they
That's
burned
one,
down
that's one over here, the one over in
3.
Milwaukee.
He's hit 3.
He hit,
And
he hit the same company in Milwaukee. They have another one in the south. They hit
Yeah.
both of those.
He just like setting these things on fire.
he's taking Molotov cocktails and throw. So
Holy
the one that's on
shit.
Milwaukee by the building we wanted to buy, somebody backed into it by Milwaukee and Lawrence. You know where the Copernicus Center is?
Yeah.
There's that old CVS. If you walk down, there's
There's a dispensary over there.
yeah.
Yeah.
We used to have a. We used
Oh,
to,
you don't know, Joe.
there's the building we wanted to buy is right next to the dispensary.
Okay.
Somebody backed into it trying to rob it.
Yeah, to rob it, and they gave up because they realized that there was like
They have
multiple
legit.
layers.
They have legit security.
Yeah, they have multiple layers to get into this place, like so they couldn't back it. Like you can't run into it and just get into it.
Yeah.
Holy
So
shit.
but that left an opportunity for somebody to throw a Molotov cocktail in there, set the place on fire. So that place
Yeah.
is out right now. And then he's done it to 2 other.
So you're saying that building might be for sale?
I don't think so. Well, no, it's actually a medical facility. Me and Chris ran by it today, and they're like,
Yeah, they have
10 to 3. It's a medical facility.
Yeah, it's like got a health thing on it.
Yeah.
It's like that building had nothing in it. There's.
Whoa.
I was like, I told Pierre, I'm like, there's no way they're doing anything in there besides harvesting organs for the black market.
So somebody's throwing Molotov cocktails into random
medical.
dispensaries?
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's, so he's hitting
the
3.
So the company that was that one in Milwaukee, they have a location on the south side, and the same thing happened in that one.
Wait,
And
is
there's
it
another
all
one
the
they've got.
same company?
Well, no, that there was like
No, so the place that is on Milwaukee, right here, like literally, like
Yeah.
like a 5-minute walk. We could walk over there. And
they
go
had a
to.
second location.
They
that
have a
also
second
got
location on the
arson.
south side that they did it to there.
Oh, okay.
And then he hit a 3rd one.
Wow.
And yeah, so it's an arsonist. And you know, it's funny or not funny. This I'm sorry, I don't want to say funny, but we actually we got into a talk about arsonists. I think me and Brian, and I watch way too much criminal stuff. It's actually a sexual thing for arsonists, like to set fires. Like people
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
realize they think it's just being destructive. No, it's like sexual to them. Yeah, it's weird.
Interesting.
All right, but like Chris said, let's feel a little better about our lives here. Let's up it up a little.
Good.
Feel good.
Yeah.
You gotta feel good. All right. Entrepreneur transform olive waste into eco-friendly fuel that cuts CO2 emission by 1/3.
Wait, olive waste?
Olive waste. I don't know what would be
What-
olive
yeah.
waste. Let's see
The
here.
pits of the olive?
Hey.
Olive oil,
Hey.
perhaps.
I mean, you got
Reminiscing.
to
Susan-
he's
Susan
probably
me.
taking the leftover residue
Oh, for
from
making
olive
Oh,
oil
okay.
and then turning that into
100%.
Nice.
is?
Leftover
Yep.
from making oil into fuel, reducing
Yep.
deforestation and carbon emission.
That's kind of cool.
God
That's
damn it, Joe.
really
You're
cool.
goddamn. If it wasn't such a waste of goddamn talent. UK dairy company reaches 4 million meals donated, tackling hunger and food waste with fair share.
What
Like it.
heroes? They can't do that here though. We got the tariffs on them.
Wow, this is crazy. A 12-year-old taught himself to bake fantastic cakes by watching YouTube videos. That's pretty cool.
That 12-year-old has some real discipline because I've seen some baking stuff, and to bake you have to have that discipline.
It's way easier to
I've
cook than
watched the
bake.
Great
It
British
is.
Bake Off. This kid's a hero.
Yeah.
Goddamn hero.
I tell Katrina all the
Champion.
time, like I can cook dinner every night, but I couldn't bake shit.
Yeah, because you don't you don't want to go through all those steps. Like it's literally
there's
precise
So, yes,
measurements. Yeah.
baking is
You have to have
can't
discipline
fuck
to actually
around.
do
It is a
Baking
discipline.
is an actual science.
Yes.
Like that is not.
Cooking you can kind of get around stuff and just like get through it.
And for that 12-year-old kid to have that discipline to be like following every step, good for him or her.
Eating avocados during pregnancy, so Joe, listen up, is linked to lower food allergies or food allergy risk in babies.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
lots
so
of
when you're
avocados.
pregnant, eat some avocados
I'm gonna have all the
Avocado
avocados.
toast.
Yep.
from Mexico.
Women rescues.
No, we gotta get American avocados. Only American avocados.
I want my maga cavos.
My
MAGA. Women, this is crazy. The only reason I'm even reading this because no one can see it. And we're not going to watch the video, but women rescue shark entangled in fishing line with her bare hands. A friend shoots incredible video. And the only reason I even say this is she's got a high noon right next to her.
Nice.
Oh,
looks like
it
a
was
fucking
Brian
badass.
Hamilton out there.
She looks like an absolute badass. Backwards cap on a paddle bar,
Oh,
board.
wow.
With
I
a
bet you
high
anything.
noon.
I bet you anything. She's from like the Midwest.
Oh yeah,
That's
100%.
gonna be your Tinder photo next week.
Oh yeah. Let's see here if there's anything. Giant Harry Potter dragon shocks Londoners as it roars through the streets. So they have like this dragon in a box and they're like running it through. Has any of you guys, anybody been to the, maybe Pat, Katrina's made you go down, but there's a Harry Potter on the Mag Mile. There's a new Harry Potter store.
Pat's look
Oh,
at
I've
you.
heard about this.
I've seen the
It looks
lines.
kind of cool actually.
I've seen the lines for it.
I've not heard nor
Wait,
had
are
any
the
interest in
lines
going to
big?
that.
They were for like when it first opened up and everything. I don't know if it's gone.
Is it a store?
It is a store. Yes.
Is it? It's not an experience.
It's not an experience. It's just a store. And
a
like
store.
people, like there was a line like the first couple.
I'm gonna mention this that Katrina, Joe,
I have
and Sarah
Proper
should go
Harry
at.
Potter store
I
on
have-
Magma. Is
I
this
have-
a permanent thing or is it a pop up?
I think
I think
thought
it
it
will
was a
go
pop
until
up.
they- yeah.
Joe, you seem very interested.
I would go.
Sarah loves Harry
Yeah.
Potter. I didn't really know.
I
about
have no
this,
skin in the
so-
game, so I don't care for Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So
Katrina knows better than to bring
unless
this shit.
Peter or Joe or you, Pat, are going to drag me along, I'm not going.
I'm not dragging myself along to this.
Listen, Pat, you hear things like this and you go, "Oh, my significant other likes this. I can score brownie points if I take them to this." Pat's like,
I fucking like it, boy.
She's like, oh, I need brownie points. What should she do it for me?
What a bunch of fucking
My
nerds
name's
doing
my name's Pat. I'm going to get
stupid
pooped on by Dave Matthews in 2 weeks.
shit. Yeah.
That's my brownie points.
Jackpot. All right.
I take
Literally.
you to Dave
The
Matthews.
solo prototype of
We
the
need
first
JK,
Chinese
brother.
typewriter was discovered in a New York basement.
"I'm sorry, what now?"
The solo prototype of the first Chinese typewriter was discovered in a New York basement.
How old was this prototype?
It
type?
looks. I mean, think about how old.
Yeah. I'm imagining here. That's why I was asking if you had like
gotta-
if they gave
gotta
you a
think
date or
too,
not.
Like,
Or like a
assuming
year.
It's one of the main like Chinese languages, like Mandarin or something. I
Yeah.
mean, this thing's got to be enormous.
1947, maybe.
Okay.
Holy shit! Yeah.
1800-year-old Roman water pipe made from hollow tree trunks found under a street in Belgium.
Oh wow, that's kind of
Oh,
interesting.
I've heard about a couple of those things being discovered. And the big thing is you got to have water consistently running through it.
Oh yeah.
And as long as it's running through it, it's fine. The second water stops, it dries out and it breaks and then
It
causes
rots and
all these
everything?
issues. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is like
Did they have
that's-
issues? I'm sorry, not to cut you off.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't they have issues with lead pipes? I thought that's why the Roman Empire kind of failed, is they had a lot of lead piping.
They could have started with like the tree trunk thing and then went to lead pipes,
That
and
makes
that's what.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably closer to
they found like
More
they
modern
found like this
times.
was like more like a
yeah.
type of element that would just last longer than the tree trunk thing.
There's a thing in Chinatown, a lot of piping back in like the early 1900s, like 19 to 1920, all made out of brick and mortar. And because it just kept flowing, they just like, it was one brick and mortar pipe, another brick and mortar pipe around it, and then another. And that was running through for decades.
That's crazy.
In Chicago, yeah.
We're one of our in Chicago. They're doing a nice. They're not nice thing, but they're trying to replace all the lead pipes. So the intakes of like water that comes into your place.
Yep.
But you should really get your water tested. Like figure out
Yeah.
what's going through it. All right, we'll just do a couple more here real quick. This one was kind of nice. A boy who had to go barefoot for 13 years after childhood injury now can wear shoes thanks to free surgery.
Hell yes.
Oh,
Yeah, it's kinda
lucky
nice.
Kid.
World First Genetic Index helps Aussie farmers breed heat-tolerant cows to maintain their welfare and milk supply.
Oh, so because of how corrosive the weather is, like how hot it is down in Australia, now they can have cows down there.
Doing some
Yeah.
genetic stuff.
Yeah.
I'm watching. I think I talked about this.
Maybe we can get
I'm watching-
maybe we can get these scientists to do something with Pat Lynch so we can survive the sunlight a little bit.
Anything above 80
Dude, I love
degrees.
you, Pat, but on the golf course today, you are fucking white. Like there's a white, and then there's you.
Yeah.
Pat was in Florida just a week or two ago. What happened?
Can you tell?
You would,
No.
if you fell in the snow, like too big of snow, we would never find you. Like it's insane.
Pat, you and Milk are in a race for whitest.
You and my sneakers
possible-
blend together.
You know what? This
Yeah.
is why Kanye West loves you so much. You're the whitest of the white. All right.
That's not a group you want to be a part of, Pat.
Antarctica gained
it's money.
200 billion tons of ice during recent 2-year period. Surprising scientists.
Oh wait, they gained?
Gained. So that's kind of good. Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But I still don't think I still don't think that's like people don't want to talk about this, but like, how about in Chicago? We had Thursday, we had a small storm, like maybe 30 minutes, and it tore up the trees.
I wanted to ask you guys about this. Was it fucked up around you?
Not
like it
at
was
all.
Around me?
Not at
No,
all.
like I
was
I
windy.
drove.
It was windy. It
I
only
went
rained for
by
like 20
Pat,
minutes.
like it, like
We were
tore
at
up like all the
Rosemont.
trees.
Towards Pat and closer to my area, I have a picture that I can show you guys. An entire tree is down.
Pat's got a tree right by him
several
that's
trees, yeah.
half like cut, like the wind cut it in half somehow.
Is this the one right by the train station leading into like Milwaukee? Because I had to drive past
Yeah,
there.
a little bit, yeah.
Huge one by Pat.
Yeah, it's insane.
Several,
Yeah.
But my block particularly, they're all younger trees, so none of them really got snapped
I
off.
drove around the side streets around me coming home like a day or two later. Didn't even realize you just see tree
Just
branches
everywhere.
everywhere.
It's crazy.
Did not realize how crazy it
It's always,
got.
always
Did you
felt
see
bad
the
for
map
cars
of
that,
like the United? Like they came out with a map of like the United States and like all like the areas that are sinking.
Oh no.
Like cities are sinking. Like some of them are really bad.
Chicago's actually sinking.
Chicago?
Chicago is sinking, but it's not sinking as bad as like New York, like Houston.
Yes, New York is
Houston's really sinking.
Well, Houston's underwater for anyway.
Yeah,
So
but like there's like a couple cities that are like there's only 3 cities that like are like on the like move up, like they're raising in level, like Jacksonville, Memphis, and I think it was like Sacramento or San Diego, like somewhere in California.
those are some of the shittiest cities I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
Well, no, San Diego's amazing.
No, he said Sacramento.
I said Sacramento
Oh, I'm
or
sorry.
San Diego. I wasn't sure.
Sacramento's a nice city. It is a nice city.
You know, it's not a nice city. Memphis.
Oh no.
But I mean-
and Jacksonville's not a very nice city.
But I mean, like, yeah, but like, you look at like across, like all these cities are starting to sink because of all the infrastructure, like all the,
The weight?
buildings, and all the
Yeah.
way, yeah.
wow.
I feel like Chicago can turn it around. They've been doing a lot of like big, real huge renovations around the red and purple line. They lifted up a building, moved it over like 60 feet
Wow, that's crazy.
just so that they could put in a better
Did
line.
Uncle Steve ever tell you about like back in like the late 80s, early 90s, the Chicago River completely flooded like the financial district?
Yes,
down-
yeah.
And
I saw this.
And they've jacked up all those buildings. Like they jacked all of them up because of that flood. Because they screwed up all these like servers, files, and everything. Because everything was
It fucked up a bunch of like really important like people lost a lot of shit.
yeah.
that
They
day.
lost, and they jacked up those buildings. Like nobody has like a basement around like the Chicago River. Like everything's like jacked
So I was
up.
gonna say I would assume that downtown would be the area that would be sinking, not the farther part.
No,
of
no,
south.
that's like the area that is kind of sinking, but like they've jacked these buildings up, so they're
Yeah.
probably if anything happens, they'll jack them up again probably.
And on that, listen, we can never finish on a feel good story. Can never be feel good.
Hey,
No, the feel good is Chicago will survive.
I
And we
will survive.
We will jack off all those buildings so that they're
Or we're gonna have-
super
or-
high and they're so
And
they
on-
got-
and then on-
they're getting off so well they're not going to get touched by water.
and on those,
Joe will be the man to do the jacking off.
And on those beautiful notes, ladies and gentlemen, Pierre's gonna get us out of here on this.
Ladies and gentlemen, do us a favor. Hit that like, subscribe, comment. Get us in the algorithm.
Jake from State Farm, don't ever comment again.
Yeah, please don't. If you want, hey Jake, if you want to make a comment, email Pat at the SMP podcast at gmail.com. Thank you again.
Return to sender.
And on that beautiful note, get us out of here, Chris.
Happy birthday, Big Mike and Mr. Davis. We'll see you next week. Bye.